Music of Keola Santos, put the dishes in the sink. Pipeline of Paradise, Las Vegas's 24-hour Hawaiian and island music station. Man, I know it's raining outside. You know, I knew it was going to rain, but when brother Keola Santos came, I didn't realize, but man, his guitar was getting wet. So I was like, oops. But made the trip all the way back to Las Vegas. Brother Keola Santos, so welcome to the studios, my man.
What's up? What's up? Gee, I don't think you see myself. I
So,
don't know if I look good or not.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, you can use the Dallas Cowboys headset if you want.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
All right. So you already know last week we had Brother Eric Lee in studio talking story. Man, thank you so much for coming into studio and hanging out.
I had to fly out special for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had to fly out special.
So I know I always ask you, I think I asked you like a dozen times, you flew in from Wisconsin, right?
Wisconsin, yeah.
Okay, why am I thinking Missouri? Did you live there before?
No, not
Okay.
even close. That's a whole different state.
Okay, I don't know why I'm thinking Missouri. Okay, from Wisconsin, right? And what is it, like -5 degrees right now? It's hot today.
Today I think they said in the 20s.
20s as a high in
Yeah.
the 20s.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Lows
crazy.
is probably
Yeah.
about 3, 4.
Right.
Yeah. When we left Friday was 10, and it had just snowed on Wednesday.
How does a local boy, or why does a local boy go out to Wisconsin and live there right now? I mean, what brought you out there?
Stupidity. No. No, something different, you know. Well, something different.
Right, right.
Like, you know, we tell everybody living on a rock.
Yeah,
You know, our kids are born and raised here. They weren't born in Hawaii.
yeah,
So for them to experience something that we never experienced growing up.
yeah, yeah.
So it was something different. I didn't think I'd be there 10 years, but
It's been 10 years already.
Yeah.
See, when I first moved here, obviously you was here
Yeah.
up in Las Vegas. I didn't realize that you and the family was gone for 10 years.
yeah.
That's
Yep.
crazy. And like me too, when coming out of high school, my mom said, get out of here. Go experience something. And I didn't go too far, but I went to Sacramento, which was, you know, back then was a little of a culture shock. You know, there wasn't really anything going on, you know, back in Sacramento. But I went and I experienced a different atmosphere and different setting. And I can really say, like, I grew a lot in that time
yeah.
away from home.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. It's so different. It's a cultural shock.
Yeah.
You know, it's so
Yeah.
different just seeing how it's going to sound funny how they live compared to how we live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It really is a different culture. It really
it
is.
is, yeah,
Yeah,
it
different cadence of life too.
Yeah.
I know when I went up to Sacramento, like, man, there was no nightlife. All the nightlife was like you had to go to San Francisco.
Yeah,
You
to
know
the
what I mean?
cities.
Yeah. But where I was, you know, there wasn't too much, which kind of helped me out too because I was going to college up there and just helped me focus, you know, not too much distractions. Yeah. All right. So you came down here from Wisconsin. Let's kind of backtrack and let everybody know. Let's go back to the Hanabata days.
Okay.
Tell everybody where you're from, what high school you went. You know, go ahead and represent all of that.
Okay. Well, I'm from Kailua, Oahu, Enchanted Lakes area.
Ooh, sounds so rich. Enchanted Lakes.
Yeah, no, it's not. Trust me.
Is it not? That's like a housing place, right? I mean, not not housing, but
You
like
say like I would call it like a city.
Yeah,
You got Kailua Town, you get Enchanted Lakes, you get Keolu Hills. You know, just little areas.
Okay.
Kind of like here you get Henderson.
But is it an older area, like home wise, like back 70s, 80s, or more updated kind of community?
When I was there, it was older. Now there's a lot of places getting broken down, rebuilt, so it's looking a little newer now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. I went to Kailua High School. Music was always a part of my life, but more after high school. Really, after high school, I really took.
So growing up in Kailua, you never really had guitar or ukulele in your hand. I mean,
we did.
Okay.
Or I did, because my mom was a hula teacher.
Okay.
So it was around me 24/7.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. Like,
But to me, to like just focus on that. No, I played baseball, basketball, football, growing up and stuff. But it wasn't until I'd say just about senior year in high school to where I started to want to play more.
Yeah.
And then when I graduated, that's when it's okay. I gotta decide: do I like doing job, or I like playing music?
Right.
But you gotta do a job. You gotta make money somehow. So, but then I started to play music, and I got with a couple guys and whatnot.
Okay.
Went from, group to group. Just trying something different, whatever.
So you did not start like as a solo musician or artist. You started off with some friends.
Yes. Yep.
So who was this friends, or who was it? Was it the group Pu'ukani?
No,
or okay?
No, Pu'ukani came a while after, actually. I started playing with Joey Barrows.
Okay, the name sounds familiar.
Yeah,
okay.
he's awesome falsetto singer. And Corey Kaniakala.
Okay.
We started playing together, and then we lost Joey in a car accident. And
Sorry
then
about that.
we still, me and Corey, we still kind of played and whatnot. And then that's when I met Paul Smith,
Okay.
and we started just messing around, kind of Kapila kind at
Paul
his-
Smith from
at
the
his-
group Pu'ukani, right? Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
At his house, because it was Paul Smith, Dwayne Smith, Warren Makekau, and another guy. And I just go hang out with them guys and play it here and there. And then that one guy went to Japan, so it was just Paul, Warren, and Dwayne. So then Paul said, "Oh, you play with us?" I said, "Yeah, okay, cool." And then
So were they already a group?
they
before
were
you
a group,
joined
but
them?
it wasn't Pu'ukani. They had a different name. And then Warren went on a cruise ship. He got a gig on a cruise ship. So then it
Wow.
just became me, Paul, and Dwayne.
Yeah.
That's when the name Pu'ukani really came out. And we just started playing. We was just having fun. We was playing traditional Hawaiian music, country music.
Yeah.
And next thing I know is, oh, wow, we get one deal with John Kahale Chang. And I was like,
Kahale music.
Kahale Chang, doesn't he record Hawaii Kane? Go, yeah, Touch
Yeah.
of Gold. Peter Moon was part
How
of
did
his-
that all come about? Like, did he just come and watch you guys at a performance one day and say, "Hey, I wanna sign you
He
guys"?
actually watched doing them before I got in. So
Okay.
he already had his sights set on them. And then when I joined, he goes, "Yeah, but hey, we're gonna record." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Nervous as hell, because I'm like, wait a minute, that's a dream, what I mean, to
Yeah.
record. And then we started recording the three of us, and
Well, especially recording on the same label as the people that you're kind of listening to
Oh, yeah.
and shaping, have influence on your musical
Yup.
influence too. Yeah.
yeah, Roy Hamada was a lot of the musical guy for the different groups. Had Hawaii
Okay.
Kane, had Uncle Ledward was there. Oh my God,
Ledward Kapan and Ikona, yeah.
Yep. We
I
had
play their
Peter
song on
Moon,
Sad Movies. I
you know.
remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Peter Moon was a part of doing work with
Right.
Kahale Music.
You said Navai. Yeah, Navai
you
Ho'olulu
know,
Kanu.
Touch of Gold.
Yeah.
All those guys. So for me, it was like, wow, I get to
Yeah.
play with the. But like I was telling my wife one time, and I was telling some other guys, I said, growing up, I had goals and dreams. One was to start playing music with a group. I did that with Pu'ukani.
Yeah.
Then it was to record. I started that with Pu'ukani.
Nice.
Then I said, one day I'm going to play with icons. Here I am today. I played with them.
Yeah.
Uncle Edward, Maka's sons. I mean, when they come up here, Ho'okena, all
Yeah.
these guys, I played with these guys. So I did that. Gary Haleomau, how can you
Yeah,
forget
I
that?
know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
I play with those guys. So I got my goals coming, and record my own music.
You're right.
My own
Right.
album, just solo artist. And we did that. I got what? Ho'omana'o, Nahe Nahe, Naupaka, now Kapapa'ialaka,
Right.
Plus, I recorded with Hawaiian Soul, Hawaiian
Yeah,
Soul Project,
yeah.
Pu'ukani's.
Yeah, we were talking about it when you first got into studio and you were settling in, and you said, I was listening to Eric's interview and he's celebrating 30 years, and he said, I thought about it too. You've been in the music industry for over 30 years too.
Oh, yeah. Well over,
yeah.
You know,
So
not as high as Eric, but still nonetheless.
but you've been continually involved
Yeah.
with music since the early 90s,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. And prior to that, you mentioned that your mom was a kumuhula. So were you like part of the band that sang all the songs for the halau if they needed a
Pretty
live
much,
voice?
yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up, it was the Achans, which you have their boys album, Lavaia.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Okay,
Chan boys.
yeah.
Uncle Bill and Auntie Marianne.
Jeez, that's
Wesley's them,
another
mom, them.
group. Yeah.
Yeah, so Wilbert, who is the guitar player on that group, he actually showed me a lot of guitar, regular chords.
Yeah.
But the ukulele came from my mom, Auntie Marianne, all those guys.
Right.
So it's kind of funny because I wasn't into the music, but yet
That's what I was just gonna
into
ask,
the
yeah.
music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like in the back of my mind, one day I'm gonna do
Right.
this.
Like you're doing it, technically you're doing it professionally because you're performing out there
Right.
for the public. But for you, it was like, I'm going to help mom out.
Yeah.
I want to stay close to my culture, but it really wasn't a thing yet.
Yes. Yep.
For Keola
exactly.
Santos and a
Yep.
career. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that you look back at all of that, that's really the foundation of your musical journey is
Yeah. I
mom
would say it
saying, I
was-
need you to help me out, Kokua, sing this Hawaiian song. And that's probably where just the whole foundation of your musical style and your voice really
Yeah.
came from
Pukani
there.
really opened the doors, the group. That opened the doors. That really got that taste where I want to do this,
What was the first big event? I mean, obviously you played for the Halau, but you said Pukani once you started playing with them. Do you recall like that first big concert? Was it like a birthday bash? Was it some kind of big event that happened somewhere? Like, what was the first big event that you performed and you're like, okay, I can see myself doing this?
I would say is when we flew out of island. I think it was us, Navai.
Okay.
And we just went and for me to come out on stage with a wig and big hoop earrings.
Is this where it all
Malia.
started? Oh my gosh.
This is where it went. And but that I think that right there, and then seeing how they reacted to what we did, and after that how people were like, oh, can you this, can you know that, I think that is what really got it to where, okay, you know what, I want to do this.
So explain to everybody the song Malia, because it's a
knew he was
cover
going
of,
there.
of
I
a
knew.
country song, right?
Actually, no, it was a song that was written by the same person. Actually, the song
Because
is,
it's another name, right? The
yeah,
original song.
I can't remember what it was because it was rewritten.
Amanda or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't sound right.
God, you know what? We got to go research that because
yeah.
all I remember was John said, "This is what you're singing. This is what you're doing. This is what we want." And Roy Hamada is the one that put the music to it for us. So
Really? Okay.
when we saw the song, we didn't know what it sounded like until a lot of our songs, we didn't know what it was going to sound like until we went into the studio. So it was like, I know this song that, oh, I don't know this song.
Yeah.
What is going on? It's like, wow. But yeah, doing that song, I think, on stage in front of a lot of people. I mean, it blew my mind. I never expected my music to go that far.
Right.
I expected to be doing backyard parties, graduations, but then when you go on stage and you just look out,
It's a different dynamic,
and you
I would
cannot
assume,
see
right?
the back because
Yeah.
it's that much, and the lights is right there. It's like,
Yeah.
wow. And then moving up here, doing the Pure Loa, concerts and stuff.
Right.
When I was with Hawaiian Soul,
Yeah.
seeing all those people.
And you guys had a big part in the May Day celebrations too, when it was
back in the day,
back
when it was
at Main
early.
Street side. Yeah.
When it was early at
Right.
California Hotel with KP and all those guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
I was trying to remember her name. Her and her husband used to control all of that, right?
Yeah, when Kapena would come up, Ho'aikane would come up, Ho'okena, all those guys. Back in the day, for me, it's when Hawaiian music was Hawaiian music.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
When those guys. I'm not saying Hawaiian music isn't it now, but
there's many different
There's a different
dimensions
way.
and
Yeah.
facets of Hawaiian music, but when I say Hawaiian music, I automatically think traditional
Yes,
Hawaiian music.
exactly. Yep.
Which is why when I do Pipeline to Paradise, I say Hawaiian and island music.
Yep.
Island music to me can encompass everything else, but there's only one Hawaiian music, and that's traditional Hawaiian music. And again, like you said, not saying like this is less inferior in any way, but you, like Brother Iz says, you gotta know how to play your own music first before you play anybody else's music, right? You gotta play, Hawaiian music, and again, reflecting back, your foundation comes from the Halau Foundation, So where all the Hawaiian music. I always tell everybody this. I tell, like, if people never heard of Keola Santos, I always say he's one of the, it's like a hidden gem. Like your leo ki, your falsetto voice. Like when I first moved up here and I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh. Like I've been in the radio industry for like 10 years before I moved up here, and I'm like, brother has a smooth voice. You know what I mean? So I always tell everybody, like, you're one of the hidden gems, and I'm glad that you're, like, more and more people are starting to hear it, and more radio stations are starting to, play your music because it needs to be heard. But going back to the falsetto voice, did you know you had that type of voice, or was that something formulated over the years? Like, hey, we need Keola, we need you to sing Ikona in this upcoming event, or like, where did all
you want
that
the truth
from?
Or you like make up one story?
Well, I mean, like, I'm always interested because there's not too many pure falsetto singers nowadays, right? And then in the grand scheme of things, over time, not too many too, if you think about it, right? So I mean, to me, you have one of those voices. So where did it all come from?
Well, remember I mentioned Joey Barrows?
Yes.
Okay, Joey Barrows was a falsetto singer when I played with Corey Kaniakala and Joey.
Okay.
And we lost, just like I said, we lost Joey in a car accident. And we're at his funeral, at his viewing, and had guys like Sean Na'wa was there playing. We had different groups. Everybody just fill in and play. And Joey's mom came up to me and says, "Oh, can you sing Kalamoula?" And I said,
gosh.
"Auntie, I don't know that song. That was Joey's song. I just played it. I don't sing the shows." "No, Joey said you can sing the song."
Talk
Corey
about the falsetto songs of all falsetto songs.
Corey and I, we looked at each other, and I'll be honest, talk about the hair standing up on our skins. He was like, "But what you mean Joey told her? Joey's gone." Joey said, "You can sing the song." And I was like,
Wow.
"Auntie, I cannot. I'll sing any song, but I cannot do that one." And Sean at the time goes, "Bah," she said, "You can sing them, you can sing them." I said, "I've never sang the song. I've never even did the harmony on that." He goes, "Well, guess what? Here we go." And Sean just started playing them. So Corey goes, "Well, do your best, bro. That's the best we can do." And I started singing it, and it's kind of like it just came. It just came. The words just came. It was easy. It was just easy for me. And from there I just started doing it more and more and more.
Right.
Now the sad part is, now that I'm older, it's not as easy to do that anymore. It's harder. I can't hold the notes as longer. And stuff
Wow,
like
what
that.
a story!
I mean,
what a tribute to a friend too, and to his ohana.
Oh yeah, Joey was something special. I gotta say, Joey had a way about his music. It was just unreal, man. When Joey would sing, it was like you could literally sit there and just go sing all day. Well, I'll just sit right there and listen. You never need to turn on the radio. You just let him sing all day. It was something about his voice.
His mana, is his spirit with you as you sing? Like,
I would say, whenever I sing that song more than
ironically, that was the very first song that I actually heard you sing when I moved up here to Las Vegas, because you had it in your repertoire already. So I mean, and that was one of the first times. Like, wow, so smooth. That's awesome. What an awesome story. What an awesome story. I know the career has been long, and it's still going, and you're still, writing new chapters in your career. How do you stay motivated to do what you do? Like, a lot of people ask me, "Man, Pukani, you've been doing Hawaiian radio for over 20 years. I know it's been up and down. How do you stay motivated?" I have my reasons. How do you stay motivated to continually do Hawaiian music and perpetuate Hawaiian music?
I think it's more because I see a side of Hawaiian music or Hawaiian entertainment that's disappearing. A lot of people go, "What do you mean?" I said, you look at Hawaiian music. Anytime you see these groups come up, "Oh, I play Hawaiian music," and then you listen to it, and it's like, "No, that's Hawaiian. That's not Hawaiian."
Right. That's island reggae.
And
that's
these
not
younger
Hawaiian.
kids, they don't do a lot of Hawaiian. Now I'm starting to see more and more younger kids doing Hawaiian. But it's like, I have to do it. One, I have kids. Eventually we'll have grandkids, and I want them to know the Hawaiian side of it too.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So I do it, and it's just because of my goals. Like I said, I had a goal to play music in a group. I had a goal to. Did we just hear a rooster?
There is. We'll talk.
That threw me off. I'm sorry.
We in the country, my brother. We in the country.
But, to
Next door neighbors have him there.
First was to be with a group. I
Right.
did that. Then was to play with icons. I did that. Record. I did that. Then, to be nominated for a Hoko Award. Well, God willing, that'll happen this year. And eventually win one. And if I can do all that, then I've done everything I wanted to do in music.
Right.
But this past year, I was blessed because we did Naupaka. Okay. Then I just recorded Kapapa'ialaka.
Right.
And I went back and I looked and I said, wow, 10 years to almost the day was when I released Naupaka to when I released Kapapa'ialaka. And it was because of Gary, who believed in me with the Naupaka project.
Right.
Then we got into this project and I said, Kerwin, Gary's son,
Okay.
who is unbelievable musician, singer, and I heard he's doing the studio work for his dad. So I'm like, Kerwin, can you help Uncle out? He goes, yeah, Uncle. And I was okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you, here's the keys, you the driver. Just tell me what I got to do. And this is what we have.
Right. So real quickly, like how Gary passed on the torch to his son Kerwin, and you said you do Hawaiian music because you want your grandkids to know traditional Hawaiian music. Has any one of your keikis dabbled and picked up,
They all do. But the way I see it, it's not their focal point. Kind of like how I was
when you first
at
started.
their age. It's not their focal point.
But it's instilled.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They all like playing ukulele. My son.
Right.
I left this guitar home because he wanted to play. So
Yeah.
he keeps like, I think the strings is getting bad.
Your son, the Aquaman son, that one. Yeah.
The Aquaman, Jason Momoa
Brother
look
looked
alike.
I know. I was going through some of the pictures. I was like, brother, look like Jason Momoa.
But so with everything that's happened, and being blessed even more with Uncle Frank Kapapa'ialaka Hewitt giving me three songs for this project.
Is the title cut Kapapa'ialaka one of the songs?
One of the songs, yeah.
Talk about that song. Let's go ahead. We'll play that song in about 2 minutes, but talk about the title cut Kapapa'ialaka.
Okay, well, that one, he had, the first song he gave me was Manu Okai. And then
I never heard that song. Have you heard that song yet? The last 5 weeks? No?
No. I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to catch you on the radio, but I don't hear anybody playing
It's only the most requested song for the last 5 weeks. Never heard of it yet, but go ahead.
But so then one day he goes, I got this other song for you. And he told me Kapapa'ialaka. And I was like, holy Moses, that's a tongue twister trying to sing that out. Goes,
even when I first saw the cover, I was looking, okay, I got to read it slowly. Because you know what I mean? If you don't have like knowledge of Olelo Hawaii, then you can totally butcher that word. You know what I mean?
So he sent the song to me, and I said, Uncle, what is this about? And he said, oh, it's about the ancestors of He'eia. So I was like, oh, wow. And then I started looking at the songs that he sends me. Well, a lot of it has to do with He'eia, Kaneohe. Well, hello, that's where he lives.
That's from,
So, so when he gave me that, I was like, oh, okay. So I listened to it like for about 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, this is a done deal. And within that night, I had the song thought.
Wait. So the melody and everything, that was, he had it all already, and he said that he wants you to sing it.
Yeah,
okay.
He sent it. He goes, do what you have to do to it.
Yeah.
But before you send it out, I need to hear it.
Right.
So I said, okay, cool. So whatever he sends me, I work on it. I send it to Gary, them, Curran and Gary, them. They get it set, send it back. I record it. When they say, okay, it's done, then we send it to Frank.
It must be comforting to know that you have Frank and Gary, all of them listening to your music and saying, okay, Polo Labra, that's, pronunciations is all correct. How you sing it, that's how we envision it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, because Frank made a couple of changes. He goes, okay, when you say this word, just hold this just a little bit longer. He goes, you're saying it right, but hold a little bit longer. So then I go, Karen, I gotta do this again. He goes, Uncle, you get the studio, go. Just send them to me when you power.
Yeah,
so I go in my studio, set them up. I sing, okay, Karen, I send it. Then he can do all his mixing, mastering, stuff like that. So
all right.
Now we're getting ready. We agreed that we're gonna do another project coming
Oh,
in.
wow.
In July.
Okay.
We're going to start another one.
Okay. Well, hold that thought. Hold
Okay.
that thought. I want to kind of crawl through the project Kapapa'ialaka.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and play the title cut. Then we'll come back. We'll talk a little more about the other songs on the project. Then let's go ahead and look ahead about that project coming up. Again, talking live in studio with Keola Santos. This is the title cut, Kapapa'ialaka. Pipeline in Paradise, Las Vegas' 24-hour Hawaiian and Island music station. All right. Okay. We live on the video still yet? Yeah. Just make sure always stay in front of right in front of the mic.
Now I know why Eric was having a hard time.
Yeah,
Because
because
we're talking. I try to look at you. So
Yeah, I know.
I'm like,
My next one, my next interview, my
damn.
knee should be better.
hey, you know.
Hey. Oh, you know what? I should
Got a raise up there. Look, now I can see you and you sit down. I was wondering how come Eric kept going like this. Now I know why. He was looking at the TV to cheat on. Oh, Eric. Eric, I hope you're watching, bro. I will beat you. I will beat you. And I could say what, but I will beat you. You just had him on mine. You just had him like you know, it's the Filipino thing because her right knee is bum out too.
Normally I stand up, so it's way easier to talk to you.
Oh, but see, I forgot I can raise this seat. Now
Okay,
I
yeah,
can
perfect.
see
Yeah.
you.
I was wondering why you was way lower than everybody else.
I was trying to cover my belly. I forgot. I know
Heard that. Let's see. So after this, I'm gonna play one more song and then we go back into it. Let's see. Timmy says, "Aloha, my beautiful PTPO, Hana, Uncle Keola, and Ukani." She's out of Seaside. We uncle status already. We uncle.
Everywhere I go so far, it's uncle. I'm like, holy
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
that old.
Embrace it, my brother.
I have to.
First time I see a diehard Cowboy and 49er fan in the same house, living in harmony.
Oh, Brock. What's up, Brock? Mira. I used to coach Brock baseball back home.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He used to play baseball with my younger brother.
That's funny. Let's see. The Frozen Ohana Mets. Frozen
man.
Ohana tuned in from the Midwest.
Yeah. Minnesota.
Maybe that's why I think of Missouri. Minnesota, Missouri. Maybe
Yeah. Matt is the leader of the Frozen Ohana. He's the main guy.
And that's just like a group
like,
up there.
like yeah.
yeah.
Like here, the group you guys get here.
Let's see. Carol says, thank you for writing. Oh, yeah. Right on, Brother Neil. Kimberly Smith. So glad to see you, Kukani, now. I got here late. So who is this girl? I'm just curious. All right, we'll talk about it.
I'm like, nobody.
He said,
I'm behind the scenes.
but here's the second part to her message already. I watched. Go Niners! That's all you need to know. He's a Niners fan, just like you.
Actually, I just brought my shoes. Can go like 49.
See, little do you know, behind you is like the Dallas Stars, so it's always in the shot. You cannot run away from it.
Oh wait, hold on.
Gotta get inside the middle.
I can go this way.
Yeah. Keola, how come you leaning? No reason.
But you gotta make it hard. Yeah, get the stop in it. Then I gotta stare at that thing. Where did you get the chain from?
I just bought them online. Yeah.
Because
But like
I
these
get
ones,
the
like when we
49er
go to the local events, we went to the game, I bought them, just celebrate the games.
Because I get the 49 logo stuff. Friend that made it for me.
Yeah.
I was looking for the chain. No, can't. I just have the regular gold chain.
I think they sell like the chains itself, to Jacob says Keola.
Oh, that's the boys at the job. Young boys.
Yeah. That's one of the soldiers that always
Yup.
requesting the music. Good for you, yeah.
Jacob, Jared.
Yeah. you're always in front of the mic. About a shaka, like, yeah.
Right about here, let that. Here. It's better here, just let that.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
No can see me though.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. To the, yeah, there you go. It is Pipeline in Paradise, Las Vegas' 24-hour Hawaiian and island music station. Once again, the title cut, Kapapa'ialaka, Keola Santos, live in studio. We're hanging out, we're talking story about past, present, and future. Of course, Kailua brother. Oh, what is that in the shot on the camera? You. Is that a 49ers flask?
Yeah, it's a homemade one. I made it myself.
Oh, so now you're bootlegging now. You're ripping off your own team is what you're doing.
Hey, I'm representing.
Again, we're hanging out with Keola Santos, talking about your project, Kapapa'ialaka. Again, the title cut. The other song, like we've been talking about a little earlier, the last 5 weeks, the most requested song here in Pipeline in Paradise. And when I say you get choke requests, bro, I forgot who I was telling Eric. I was like, man, I'm reading through all these requests. I'm like, but it's becoming a second job for me to count all these requests, which is good. That means a lot of fan bases are getting involved. But man, Keola Santos fan base, family, friends, fans, fanatics.
Well, thank God, man. I'm truly blessed and humbled, by that. And it's funny because now I realize that what I should have been doing before on the other projects, but not having that guidance. Now I had it. Now I have it with Gary and Kerwin. They keep me up to date with everything I'm supposed to do, how to do it.
Right.
And then of course I have my own people at home. My wife.
Yeah.
She handles a lot of that.
You were
stuff.
telling me like doing social network like this. Like that's how I was too before I had to start promoting my radio station. But he was like, I'll let the kids do them for me. But now that you're getting involved yourself and you're seeing like, wow, okay, I'm making direct contact with the people that's supporting my music. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Manu Oka'ai, talk about that song. You said, was that another one of Frank's songs?
Frank songs.
Okay.
That one, which when he told me what it was or what it was about, it took me back because I was like, whoa, wait, we're talking about fantasy now. But then you have to sit back and think about Hawaiian culture, Hawaiian legends, where Manu Oka'ai is a song about the mermaids of He'eia.
Okay.
So when I heard that, I was like, wait, Uncle goes, think about legends, think about back. Don't think about fairy tales. So I was like, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah,
so
mythology and that was big for Hawaiian culture. Okay.
When I heard that, I was okay. And that's another song. When I actually heard it that night, I was good to go. Send it to Gary.
When you first hear it, as an artist, you first hear it, what are you listening for? Are you listening for like, is this a song I can sing? Is this a song that I can connect with? Like, what is your train of thought when you're creating new music or someone's bringing new music like that?
For me, it's more when I hear it, if it doesn't click immediately, and what it is, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but if it doesn't click, I just put it on the side.
Yeah.
Because maybe it might click later. But with these songs, because he's sent me a couple songs.
Right.
And there's some that, maybe not.
Yeah.
But the first one, Manu Oka'ai, was the first song he sent me. That one clicked. I mean, just the first couple lines, I was like, I like this song. Uncle, what is it about? Then he sent me, he goes, here, I'm sending you everything. And he sent the whole song, the translations, everything.
He must have choke songs, like in his bank, just like,
you would not believe what he has.
Because he's composed for many, many artists, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Including his own music.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that, his sister lives just down the street from my mom. And she tells my mom, goes, my brother has so many songs. I don't think he knows how many songs he has. And then just talking to other people who have recorded his stuff. Amy Hanaili Gilliam recorded his stuff. What she says, what Sean says, just hearing that, it's like, wow, those are icons. These are people who have been around the music for years, and then you think, well, man, he's singing a song every day.
Yeah.
Because he has his own stuff, because he teaches the Olelo and, stuff for Hawaii Community College.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
He does his video so that people around the world can, and every day there's a different song. And I'm sitting there going like,
okay, wait. Where is this happening?
He does
online?
it on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So every day I'm watching his thing, because then I learn a little bit of language, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It probably helps you too with your music, right?
Yeah. And I just listen to it, and I'm like, Jesus Christmas, that guy went through like 15 songs in a week.
Yeah.
How many more he get? And it's never the same song.
Right.
There's always something different. And he'll have chants that he wrote, but then he makes them into music. So it's like, well, I didn't like the chant, but man, I like the music, you know. So just like that. And
are you influenced by that type of ethics? Like, do you consider yourself a composer and a songwriter and stuff?
I wish I was, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think I think I wrote maybe one song in my life, and that I actually.
But I would think
Sean
exposure to this type of work ethic, like it probably inspires you to.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure if you sat down.
It inspires me to try. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's, but to write in Hawaiian, there's no way I could. Because you got to be fluent in Hawaiian language.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is Olelo Hawaii, I know mom was a kumuhula. Was that in your household, or is that something that you just didn't want to?
Not really.
Yeah, okay.
It was more like with my mom's hula teacher, Auntie Joan Lindsay. You know, when she would come around, she'd speak Hawaiian. I go,
Auntie Joan Lindsay was your mom's kumu?
My mom's kumu.
Wow. Okay.
And she knew all those big dogs like Frank Hewitt. You know,
Right,
she
right,
was a part of that. You know, she was judges for the Mayor Monarch, you know, and all that stuff. So she's been around a long time. So when she would talk, she would speak Hawaiian. I'm like, Auntie, I don't understand what you're saying. She goes, well, you better figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I would have to learn it, you know, and we all did. My wife did, my kids did, you know, we all had to be around her and learn what she taught. So when I was able to talk to Frank, not in Hawaiian, but when I asked him about doing some of his music,
right,
and his words was, well, it's about time. And I was like, huh? What do you mean? He goes, I've been waiting for you to come and contact me. Because I actually met Frank when we went to California for a hula competition. We went and he was one of the judges, and I played for my mom. And he had said, you know, he had told my mom when my mom went back home, he goes, you know, I waited a long time for him to even just ask for one song.
So all those years, he was waiting for you to say, Uncle,
can I do a song?
Yeah. Wow.
And
how
I
humbling
actually,
is that?
only for one song. I just want to do one, was Manu. And he goes, I got more for you. I'm like, so my song list changed. I mean, I totally went, okay, I got to take this. Well, what song do I take off?
Let me take off the electric slide and let me put in Manu Oka'ai over here. I think it'll be better.
But I mean, you know, but then Curran said, no, you know what? I think that's a good idea. We throw some of his stuff on, because then it's like recognition. Like, hey, look, this guy's letting him sing some songs.
Again, I mean, like you went to him and said, Uncle, can I sing one of your songs, or do you have a song, or whatever the case is? And he said, I get Shri for you. I mean, boom. Because he already knew, like, man, I know I have songs for Keola. He just, needs to approach me, and I know he can sing these songs. That's a humbling thought to come from a legend, really. Yeah.
When I heard it completed, it was kind of neat, because we got it from Kerr and them.
Right.
And then, in fact, my wife and I were inside the car, and I said, oh, here, hon, listen to this. And we played it, and I was like, I was stuck. I couldn't talk. I was like, that's a Frank Hewitt song. I'm singing Frank Hewitt's music. Like, whoa. And then Gary put his feeling and thought process into it with Curran, and, it was like,
right.
Whoa.
You have the best of the best in every realm working with you.
Oh,
that must feel good.
Oh
right?
God, every day I'm like, how?
Yeah.
You kind of think, what did you do to deserve that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just keep going back to when I was with Puukani and we were getting ready to do a show. And it was a backyard party, and we pull up and we hear this music. We're like, oh, sound like the kind Israel playing over there. Wow, sound like Israel,
Yeah.
Just ukulele. Sure enough, was Israel.
What?
And I was like, oh, and Paul goes, oh, wow, we got to go on stage after this. I'm like, no, we ain't.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we ain't. He goes, well, I said,
We
well, I'm not
calling
going on
in
stage.
sick.
Yeah. So when he was done, he come off and he goes, oh, you guys a pool kind of group? We're like, yeah. He goes, oh, right on, go get him. I'm like, yeah, no. He goes, what? No, we're not going on now. He goes, why?
Yeah.
I go, Uncle, there's no way I'm going on stage
Yeah.
after you. He goes, let me give you some advice. I'm like, go ahead. Well, I'll take whatever you say. He goes, doesn't matter who goes before you or who goes after you. There's things that you can do that we can't do, and vice versa. He goes, you cannot look at us as, oh, we're here and you're here. We just started before you. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. He goes, understand this, bro. You do what you love and you love what you do. Don't care what anybody else thinks. As long as you doing what you know is right, just do it. So now that's how I do a lot of my music.
Straight from Brother Is. That's
Because
what he said.
yeah, and you know that there's listeners, and you know that don't like what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. That's common sense. There's listeners don't like maybe what Eric does or what
Right.
Uncle
Yeah.
Led does.
Everybody
or
got
whatever.
their own taste. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody.
Yeah.
So as long as you're doing what you enjoy and you're doing it correctly, no one can say anything. Nobody can say anything.
Wow. To get that type of advice from Brother Is.
When I was young too, thank God, I was
yeah.
able to keep it with
Well, it's
me.
amazing that you reflect back and you pinpoint and you realize like that was a pivotal part of my career. Like I never knew it back then. It was profound, but now that you look back at it, that's probably what's been helping you throughout all these years.
Oh, yeah.
I always tell everybody when I first started radio, and Billy doesn't remember this, but I was an intern for Billy V. He remembers that, but he just said something real simple, and it's been the foundation of what I do in radio. And he said, you can always be local, but be professional.
Yeah.
And the way I interpreted that was, you can still talk pidgin like how we're doing now, but when it's time to, like if you're at a big concert, if I'm emceeing, make sure you're always mass appeal, like you're appealing to everybody, but you still have your foundation and you're still grounded in your local, and stuff like that. So that's how I do radio. I deliver messages, I deliver whatever I have to say, but then I'm still local, but I still try to be mass appeal. But
you can hear that too when you're on radio, because like I live Wisconsin, but it's on pipeline 24/7. And the guys I work with, they're not from Hawaii.
Right,
they're white. They're white as white can be. They're
Exactly.
snowboarders, but yet they hear that and they understand what you're saying, because not everything is pidgin.
Right.
You know how to flip the switch and do your
Yeah.
proper English, but yet still
appeal to everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you have that too with your music. You know what I mean?
Have to.
Like your music, there's traditional Hawaiian, there's contemporary in there. There's like we have Manuela Boy Standing By. That's a a popular contemporary song coming out of the islands. All of that. But I would think future projects, your music would be kind of that formula, right? You would have traditional Hawaiian, you have a few contemporaries in there.
Next project
maybe
is
an original.
The next project is gonna be all Hawaiian, no English, nothing.
Wow.
And it's gonna be. I already spoke with Uncle Frank. There's 2 songs that I already have.
Okay.
One of them, thanks to Gerard, hopefully it'll be on volume 2 of the Mele for Maui.
Okay.
So we're working on that. Then I have another song for Maui that Uncle Frank gave me, because he gave me 2 to pick from. But I said, Uncle, I'm going to use them both. But then
I would too.
Yeah. But then the other 8 songs are going to be strictly about Kailua and Kaneohe,
Nice.
where I'm from.
Right.
So I want to bring that, so it'll be all Hawaiian language.
Mm-hmm.
But there's.
But Uncle Frankie's from there too, right?
Yeah.
So.
But there's some other things coming out that.
Wait, when is this album going to be dropping? Well, when are you
The new one?
projecting? Yeah, the new one.
We're gonna start probably in July.
Okay.
We're gonna start, so probably be about the same time as
So
Kapapa
but
did.
the process is like what, 6 months, longer, a year?
Oh no, it'll be released by maybe November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
fully
perfect
released by-
timing, yeah.
Kind of right before the holiday. But we also have a couple other things in the works with my other project, my Naupaka project.
Okay.
We're gonna
You're
release that one.
re-releasing?
We're gonna
Re-releasing? Okay.
re-release it digitally.
Nice.
But we're also
Yeah.
gonna change one of the songs a little bit.
Okay.
We're gonna take out the English side of it, just make it strictly Hawaiian.
I'm trying to think now, Paka, which songs? Is that I'll Leave This World? Is that the same album? No?
I might throw that on. That's not from the same album, but I might add that one. But Grandpa, we're gonna do it
all
in
Hawaiian.
strictly Hawaiian. And my wife, she came
I
up
just got
with
to
an idea
skinny.
that
Yeah.
if we can get it done in time, release it for Father's Day as a
nice.
single, and then the whole project just do a digital.
Brilliant. You must have went that's brilliant. And cut.
That's why I have her handle that stuff.
Yeah,
I just play the music and sing.
Yeah.
I get the family doing everything else.
You know, every time, like, I still play that song, Grandpa, from your rendition. And every time I play it, everybody's like, people are like, who's singing that? Or I'll play it, like, at a pop-up event. Who's singing that? That's awesome. I've never heard it in Hawaiian. So to have it all Olelo Hawaii, I think that's going to be a hit, man.
I hope so, And it's, I enjoy the English side of songs when I do it. Like I'll Leave This World Loving You was strictly a Ricky Van Shelton song, pure country. That was one of the songs that I was told to learn, and I threw it on the side burner because it didn't click.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it did. Then when I moved up here is when we changed to Hawaiian language.
Yeah.
In Vegas, in Hawaii with Pukani was all English.
But that's what I'm saying. That's almost like your trademark now. Like take, having cover songs, or not just cover songs, but any song, but part of the song being in Olelo Hawaii. Like I a lot of the songs that I play from you is like that now. Where you have Hawaiian and English in there. Yeah. So I would think, to me that's a winning formula, and I would think that would be kind of the flow and sound. Yeah. Of other.
It's just certain
non-Hawaiian
songs.
Music. Yeah.
You can't do them to all of them. No matter how much you'd want to, you really can't. So, but Grandpa was one that I've always wanted to do straight Hawaiian.
Yeah.
But with the time constraints, I had to just take what I could. But no, I have some good people, my team that I can count on, and for the language, with Frank.
You have like a nation behind you, man. Seriously.
I hope so,
because even the fans and supporters are influences your music too, right? Not just the direct people surrounding you and taking care of the music and stuff like that. You got some really good people.
Oh gosh, that's why every day when I wake up, I take a little time. I'm like, wow, is this really happening with the music side? Because my house, I'll go and I'll have the CD over here, or I'll have a design here, and I'm like, man, it is happening. It's happening a lot different than what it used to be.
That's what I was gonna say. To me, like when I'm talking to you and hearing what you're saying now, I believe that it's totally different for you now. Like you had a passion for the music and what you did before. It seems to me now like, okay, I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in all in, and I'm gonna give everything I have. I have all these people surrounding me. They believe in me. I'm gonna do it, and it seems like you're enjoying the journey, right?
Oh, I am. Just from the release of this CD, I gotta say, the people that I've met, not face to face, but online. Gerard, Kenny, all these guys, and just to get their help. Gerard helped me huge with the horror stuff, and
that's
then
right,
Kenny, I didn't even know who Kenny was, and he's like, wow, that stuff sounds sweet. And then, of course, I gotta say this, it's one of my favorite songs, but I know it's my wife's favorite song. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying it on air, but the Ass Crack song, yes, that song at work, everybody was, has Pukani played the Ass Crack song yet? Here it comes. Funny. And we'll turn it up, and the whole shop will hear it. And guys be like, just bouncing. I'm like, man, but to meet these guys that I probably, being honest, if I never took this step, I would never have met, got to know them, or even, and it's a small world because Gerard, I found out, graduated a year after my older brother from Damien High School.
Wow,
so it was funny because he goes, I know your brother. I'm like, what? Yeah, he graduated a year before me. I was like,
small world.
Oh my, it was neat. Oh, cool. So it was a small world.
Earl's a soldier too, man. He's sending in the request.
Him and my younger brother, they You'll see from my younger brother now, because he never had Instagram. My wife had to set him up with that.
Yeah.
But they'll go around town saying that they're my two biggest fans.
Exactly.
They'll tell everybody, yeah, we're his two biggest
They're
fans.
campaigning, and no, I'm the biggest fan. That's funny. Is there anything that people out there do not know about Keola Santos? What is one thing that might surprise people to learn about you?
I don't know, really. I think of myself as an open book. You know, you see what you get. You know, I
like that. I didn't expect that answer.
I'm me. You know, it's you like me or you don't. This is who I am. You know, I'm not changing for anybody.
Right.
You know, now a few years ago might have been different.
Yeah.
I might have been the guy that wants to please everybody and all that. But
right.
in my past business with music, to having Gary mentor me, it kind of flipped me a little bit to where, you know what, this is me. You either like me or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not here to please everybody. If I can play music to 10 people, 1,000 people, 10,000, and one person comes and tells me, that was awesome, I did my job, you know.
Yeah.
You can have 9,999 people go, man, you suck. But that one person said, oh my God, I remember when I was back home, you know, visiting my auntie them, and that song took me to that point. I did my job, you know. You know, that was great. We used to play music for the old folks' homes in Wisconsin, and I'm looking at these people like, yeah, they don't know anything about Hawaii. Whatever. But when I'm done, they go, you know, that brought memories to when my dad would take us to Waikiki Beach, and I was like, what? And then
Isn't that so cool how your music can transport? That's when you know you've made the right decision, and you're doing the right thing when somebody gives you that kind of response. Yeah.
What really got us when we were at the old folks home, because my wife, my daughters would come and they would dance. Because we would put on a show for them.
Yeah. Your family is like a production already in itself. Yeah. Everybody does something.
And I would meet. In fact, I met a lady there, and she was telling me about her mom. Her mom has Alzheimer's. And then I met the mom, and I used to take care of the mom. And I used to go fix stuff in her room for her and all that. And the lady would say, you know what? For that hour you played, my mom was back. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because then she'd tell, oh, remember when Dad did this and that? And she'd go like, wait, what? She goes, yeah, I remember we'd go here, this. But then as soon as the music was done, the mom was gone again. You know, her mind was gone. So I'm like, wow. So see, I did what I had to do. I brought mom home. She had her mom for that hour. You know, so it was like, wow, this is cool for me, because it's like, well, so they say Hawaiian music heals the soul, right? So it helped out. And
I have a very, very similar story to what you just said, because a lot, you know, when people ask me, why do you do what you do for all this time? I have a same story just like you. I remember somebody emailed me saying that she works in a nursing home, and she puts on the show every day, and she says, I'm sitting here in -6 degrees weather. It's snowing outside. I have the radio on, and we're all enjoying it.
You sure wasn't my wife?
It might have been. But again, transporting them to paradise, when they're sitting in 6 feet of snow that's right outside their building. And then, like you said, you know, it was kind of a healing process. But that always stuck with me, and I always share that too. So for you to just say that, I was like, okay, so that's how you know that you and I, we're pono in choosing to do what we do, right?
Exactly.
You know, so I mean, that alone right there, what you just said, and how it makes you feel like, you know, that you've made the right choice to continue to perpetuate the music and do what you do.
But you know what? It's funny, you know, not to go off on this, like, I just thought about this. A lot of the listeners are like, so you know me through music.
Right.
But it wasn't music that really brought us together. You know what brought us together.
Right,
Which was?
Your wife. Connection.
What was she to you in high school?
Your
a
wife
lot of people
was-
don't really know the full story of how Pukani and Keola became friends.
It's strange too because with the name Pu'ukani, and that was your group's
Yep.
name, and that's the name Pu'ukani was given to me from my Olelo Hawaii teacher. I never had a Hawaiian name, so she asked me like, "What do you like doing?" I said, "Well, I like playing the ukulele. I like singing." She was like, "Sing me something." And I'm like, okay. So I grabbed the ukulele and I started singing. I sang "Rhythm of the Falling Rain," all Crater Boy style, yeah. So I sing it down, and she was like, "Oh, so Pu'ukani," and I was like, "Oh." She was like, Koinoa Pu'ukani. I was like, "Oh, okay." So that's how my name came about. But going back, high school, I wrestled for IA, and your wife was one of the managers for our wrestling team. So that was the connection. So when I came up here to Las Vegas, and I saw Ro, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, that's Ro's husband." "Oh, okay. I dabble in Hawaiian music too. I don't play it, but I present it, and that's kind of where it all started when we moved up to Las Vegas and we met, right? What was the first project that you gave me?
Ho'omana'o.
Ho'omana'o, yeah. The brown cover, right? The brown one, yeah.
No. That was Nahe Nahe.
Oh, no.
Ho'omana'o was the one that I looked really nice, red, skinny.
That's right, yeah.
Still had black hair. Now it's gray and falling out.
By the way, you look good, man. You lost some weight, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a couple of pounds.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that you're big, but I did see one.
Oh, I was big, but
I saw
trust
your
me.
transformation picture that you posted. Like you had the side view, and I'm like, wow, you lost a lot, man.
I
Congratulations.
look like a Santa Claus on a vacation.
Exactly. You sick? A sick Santa Claus is. Yeah.
I'll tell you this much though. Then my wife showed me another picture, and I was like, wow, I was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. But no, just
But
proper eating.
yeah,
I had the boss. I did it. We both did it together, and
yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
When you guys do stuff like that together, it's
oh yeah.
it's
The
easier.
joke is I can see my toes now.
Exactly. What? I get 10 toes. I don't know that. Anybody you want to give shout outs to?
Oh my God. Well, the guys back home at AMS, of course, I know they're listening because they said, hey, we're going to be listening.
What
So
does AMS stand for? I'm just curious.
I have no idea.
You don't know?
No, it's AMS Spectral UV. We work with UV lighting and
Oh,
LED
okay.
lightings. Yeah.
Okay.
Those, of course, my Frozen Ohana back home, my big group of supporters.
From Missouri, right?
Yeah, Missouri, Minnesota. But no, I think really I want to thank Gary and Kerwin, really, because Gary, for the one saying, wow, we do this because we enjoy it, not because we have to. And just believing in what I saw for the music that I want to do. And then Kerwin, for when I told him, I said, Kerwin, you the boss, bro. If Uncle's wrong, tell him.
Yeah.
And that boy pulls no punches, man. He tells me,
Exactly.
because I spoke to Gary one day, and Gary goes, yeah, bro, I was playing it. And my son goes, no, Dad, not like that. Do it again.
I saw a little bit of that. They were performing for the toy drive, the Mongo's Keiki toy drive. They volunteered their time, and I heard him say something. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of correcting pops.
I like
over
that, though, because, it shows Curran's growth from when.
Right. And it's coming from a good place, too.
Yeah, and I remember when Curran first started, he was young, and Gary was like, no, like this. And,
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, wow, that boy's going to be awesome one day.
Yeah.
And this project came out and said, my wife and I, we sat down with him. We said, okay, Curran, this is what I want. This is what I'm hearing. And he goes, okay. I said, here's the keys, bro. You're in charge. You're the producer.
Yeah.
You tell me if I'm right or wrong. And I'll tell you, when I'm singing, that boy come, Uncle, you got to redo this. Why? Because it sounds like you're saying this. You got to fix it. I'm like, okay. And I'd send it, Uncle, you missed it. It's right here. I'm like, oh my God, wow,
Nice.
this kid.
Yeah.
Who is this kid talking to? You know what I mean? But then, nope. And now I can't say anything negative about this project, because this project is
That's
exactly
awesome.
what I heard, and he made sure it happened.
How can people pick up your music? Kapapa'ialaka, and I know you said you're going to re-release other projects. How can they buy it?
Right now, for the Kapapa'ialaka CD, they can go to Spotify, iTunes,
All the
Apple
major
Music,
digital platforms. Okay.
Amazon, YouTube Music, and stuff like that.
That alone, by the way, is impressive, because a lot of people, say we have it up on iTunes, done.
Yeah.
You have it on all the major digital platforms, which is showing your growth too, as far as
Well, trust me, I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't for my
But
wife
you're-
sitting there with me working
yeah.
it. Forget it. There was no way.
But you're doing it. You surround yourself with the right people, and that's what you should be doing. You
have to.
reaching as many people as you can.
I mean,
on all the platforms.
you alone, when all this stuff started, I was texting you every day. Wow, what I got to do with this? How do I do this? And you were like, oh, here, get a hold of this guy. And they're going for the radio stations. You was the funnel for me to get to some of these guys.
You and I are kind of similar creatures because like we know what we know, and that's all we know.
And that's it. That's it. Like, I know that. That's it.
If you ask me how do you set up a radio station, I can tell you the things that I did, but like as far as setting it up, I wouldn't be able to come over and set you up at your house. I don't know the technical part.
Right.
I know, the legalities of it all, and you need license and all of that. But if you was to ask me to hook me up, I don't know.
Right.
Man, I'm calling people like you. Hey, Keola, how you do this? That I'll call people who, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
But that's the good part about Hawaiian music and island music. If you get with the right people, you never have to worry because they got your back.
There you go.
It's not everybody.
Yeah.
Because some people are in it for themselves.
Yeah. Surround yourself with a few people that are pono and know that they, even if sometimes it sounds rude, but they got your back. It's coming from the right place.
Exactly.
Yeah. How can people reach you? Website, social platforms. Do you have a website, or is this on social network?
It's mostly social network.
Okay. What is the handle on social network? Instagram and Facebook.
Oh yeah, Keola Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keola Music on both platforms.
Yeah.
All right. And then those of you, obviously, if you follow Pipeline in Paradise with our Lucky 7 countdown, I'm always tagging the artist too. So every artist that falls in our top 7 countdown, you can follow them. So just go to that post and go ahead and click on Keola Music. Go ahead and smash that follow, and then you'll probably hear the latest music coming from Keola first, right? I mean, you'll be posting it out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everything I've done, any music that I've done, you were the first one to play it.
Yeah. Thank you, by the way.
Every single one.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Because if it
Yeah.
wasn't for you playing it, nobody would know it.
Well, it works both ways too, because like it's a rush for me to be instrumental in someone's career musically, and then especially with artists where like nobody's showing us love back home. We just want to share our music. I love being instrumental in being at the genesis of someone's musical career, or just being a part of their career.
Right.
So thank you so much for throwing over the exclusives. I appreciate that.
Of course, this whole journey was a learning experience for me,
And you're still learning.
I was warned. I was warned by you and some others. Be careful. These guys may not be susceptible to your music. And I found out the hard way. Yeah, they weren't. And yet, just like you just said, that it's hard that we're not accepted back home.
Yeah.
Because I live in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Or I live in Wisconsin, or I live in Minnesota, or wherever I live. But the people back home, and I know you got listeners back home listening right now.
Yeah,
understand this. Just because I moved from the rock doesn't mean the rock moved from us.
Nice.
Yeah. We still perpetuate Hawaiian music just like everybody else does.
Right.
So this is going to come out wrong probably, but
that's okay.
Respect it.
Yeah.
Respect us for what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we could have came up here and just did strictly country.
Yeah.
Or did R&B and forgot where we came from. Ho'omana'o.
Right.
We remember where we came from. That's why my first project was Ho'omana'o.
I always feel like, especially for those that moved away, the sensitivity of your foundation is heightened. Like you become more proud because you're away from your homelands, and you put more pride into it.
Exactly.
I just feel like that way. I remember hearing a kumuhula say, just because I fly from Hawaii and move to the main continent, it doesn't make me less Hawaiian.
Exactly.
I didn't lose quantum blood Hawaiian, like I'm the same person, just in a different place. So I love that you continually perpetuate Hawaiian music. I'm excited for the upcoming project. All Olelo Hawaii, man. Very exciting. Looking forward to November, maybe in June, to get that first single to come out and tease everybody.
Oh yes.
But man, any upcoming performances in the near future, where you live?
We have one in March, but this is for the Minnesota Tiki Group. They call themselves Tiki Group. It's a bunch of white guys and women.
Yeah.
They have this group.
Tiny bubbles. Just kidding.
But it was neat because the founder of that group came to a grand opening we had.
Right.
For Ono Hawaiian Plates.
Yeah, Ono Hawaiian Plates. That's what I was going to say. Okay.
They had that. In fact, I want to say what's up to Jess and Warren. They're big supporters of mine in Minnesota and whatnot.
Nice.
But he came up and he heard me playing, and then he got with Matt, and Matt is the one that kind of gets us all, you know, together and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, he made the call. He said, "I really want you to
So you're
come
playing
out."
there on a weekly basis or a monthly basis?
Just whenever they call.
Oh, whenever. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a whole bunch of pictures. I'm like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That you get to be out there sharing your music.
Yep, we got them. Got Pauhana, Chris Ikeda's from the Big Island. He lives in Minnesota. He has his restaurant. He has 2, I think.
Wait, Pauhana is the name of a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He does some really good island fusion style food. It's a trip.
Nice.
It's good. Flavor is perfect, you know. And Warren, they're more towards the more local stuff, and they come up with some crazy stuff too. But I can't say, I don't think there's anything there that I wouldn't eat, which I shouldn't eat at all, but I probably do.
Exactly.
But you know, so yeah, just wherever, you know, we try to get around, you know, whatever we can. And
Well, I know I can speak for a lot of people. Like, obviously, when I first moved here, you guys were here, and now you're in Wisconsin. Your music is missed here, so hopefully one day we can get you back playing at a festival or some kind of event that's going to be happening. So, and then who knows? Maybe your music will take you back home too. You know,
that would be the Hokus is coming up, so hope that'll help us. You know, just that alone. You know, who knows? Hey, Jared, wink, wink.
Yeah. I keep telling my wife, I want to go back home for the Hokus. I want to go, even if even if it's just me. I need to go because of what I do. I need to be around.
Well, let me do
musicians.
this. Yeah. Knock on wood. I get the nomination, and you got to come down with us.
Oh, I thought you was going to. I was like, let me do this. Let me give you money. I thought you was going to do that.
No. Hey, knock on wood. Hey, if the nomination comes through for this year, come home with us, and you know.
Good luck with your nominations for the Hokus. By the way, I know it's a long process.
Yeah,
I do know that. You know, but yeah, your music warrants people to hear it, and it definitely warrants to be on the final ballot. So good luck to you, man.
I hope so. Thank you.
Yeah. Live in studio with Keola Santos. Man, have a good trip back to the cold place, to Missouri. Have fun over there.
I hope it snows here.
Oh, by the way, thank you for bringing in the good food.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Mama.
Eric.
Yeah.
You got to step up your game, Eric. Got to step up that game. Pizza doesn't do it.
So I have a bag here, and there's like 4 or 5 manapuas in there. I was like, brah, okay, we're gonna
4 or
grind.
5.
Get more.
That must mean Laura must have snaked one out.
Okay.
You had 1/2 dozen in there. What you talking?
I want just kind of peek in it. So, but yeah, but thank you so much, man.
Of
I
course.
appreciate that. I'm not gonna share with you. I'm gonna just wait
I got
till you
the
go.
challenge. The challenge came out on Friday. I heard the challenge, so
Yeah.
I had to step up.
So artists, if you're tuning on in, just know that Brother Eric brought pizza. Brother Keola brought a dozen of manapua. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Okay, Gerard, you're next, bully, or Kenny. What you guys gonna do? I don't know what y'all think of you. Like kind of poke plat and all that.
Oh, brah. Poke, I tell you. Go fund me for poke. That's what you need to do. Go ahead and introduce the song Manuela Boy. I know it's a staple song that's been around for a while, but I love the twist that you put on it. It's on Kapapa'ialaka, correct?
Yep.
Go ahead and introduce this song. Again, live in studio with Keola Santos. Mahalo, my brother. Go ahead and introduce the song.
Yep, this next song is a song that I grew up listening to, and I want to send this song out to my cousin Trooper, whose name is in the song. I threw it in there as a little twist to it.
I got to listen for it
So
now.
this is Manuela Boy.
Once again, Pipeline in Paradise, Kapapa'ialaka. Go ahead and pick up the project on all digital platforms. Keola Santos, Pipeline in Paradise. Mahalo, my brother.
Shoots. Yeah, at the very beginning, I get his name inside.
Nice. Let me put you some.
And I approve that they can play this song on radio.
Yeah.
Let's say no time. I don't even share it, and I approve that he can play this anytime he likes.
Yeah. Thank you. Because even with Eric too, they don't copyright strike me. So I don't dispute it. Yeah.
Inside the studio.
I disputed it, and I said, hey, listen in the video. That's the artist's music. He's here. So.
Well, I'm gonna do him again.
Okay, go one more time. Say one more time.
I'm Keola Santos, and I approve Pooh Country to play any of my songs on his show live.
Take that, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Let's see. Timmy Kaulukukui says, if I make a 49er ribbon lay for you, can you give Ukani an address?
Yes, I can.
Okay. She also works for Project Koea. They're the ones who, the guy does the painting on the hats. He's a huge 49ers fan, by the way. Yeah.
I love those hats.
Yeah, Project Koea. They made me a cowboy hat, but yeah. Oh, brother is a good brother. Die hard 49ers.
On Instagram.
Yeah. So she works with them.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
Kimberly Smith again. So the Ohana over there in the islands had that big get-together Saturday, like they had Ima last. I'm not sure what she's referring to there. Gerard, yes, Gerard, I got a spot reserved for you on Melbourne, Maui Wellington. Nice.
Mahalo, Gerard.
Nice, bro. Nice. I like that. Sister Terry Garcia. Okay, a long time no see. She's the one who helps her and my sister. They have a company called 9090 Girls. They sell like designer bags and stuff like that. I don't know if you remember Terry. Terry Bermia Garcia. You probably remember her by face.
Kind of tall, skinny lady.
Yeah. All right, I think you're gonna like this next one coming up right here. I'll get you a Niner hat.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Timmy.
Timmy.
Yes.
Kukui in the house.
And I will wear it.
Yeah. I have I wear my Dallas hat every once in a while on the stream, but I have it right in the cave, right in the middle by the TV.
Oh.
I leave it there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch there. Guys on video, once we shut down on video at Hawaiian Radio out on YouTube, out on Facebook, and then also on Instagram. I'm probably just gonna share clips on Instagram, take a couple of clips and put it up there. But I'll send everybody to YouTube and Facebook for the main one. Brother Keola, look into the camera. Thank all your fans out there.
Mahalo, everybody, for all the support. I appreciate it. I love it. Thank you. Keep doing it. Gotta go for number 6.
There you go. 6 weeks in a row. Bro, you gonna get them. So the record is 5, and you're tied with Storm right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Down in Lahaina. So at the rate, just from today alone, you'll probably get number 6, but we'll see. All right. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Aloha, everybody on the video. Aloha.